I want to just go out there. I want to put this halter on her. I want to take her for a ride and call it a day. But what I really need to do is pay more attention to her like I would with any of the horses that I'm training, where there's a lot more freedom and choice involved. I think part of the problem is, in some ways, is this horse has never been a problem horse. And when you have a horse that you can get along with pretty well, those finer details that could really make your partnership amazing, in my case at least, they were overlooked. How I go from field to ride to back, and what I try to do to keep my horse connected to me each step of the way. A big storm is approaching, and we're expected to get 4 to 40 inches of snow over this weekend. After the snow is going to be pretty cold temperatures going into the negatives and sometimes highs in the single digits. I also have an endurance horse that I like to compete, and I try to get her out on the trail. So today, my intent is to grab her for just a quick little training ride so we at least get our legs stretched before a potential week of not going anywhere due to ice accumulation. I love all the horses I work with, and they're all truly good. But she's the one I started myself as a 4-year-old who was kind of running feral on a large property around here. She's fabulous. I really like her. She's the horse I really cut my teeth on when it came to doing all the training myself. And one of the things I noticed over time is that the methods I worked with her that were loosely natural horsemanship, they were my own understanding of her. And I used driving pressure because it was very effective. And I helped this little filly to become a really solid citizen, great, compliant, obedient horse for the most part. I saw that created a horse that was more compliant than truly willing. And as much as I love this horse, I believe that our connection and relationship didn't get developed to what I would have done if I knew the things I know today. Readjusting a relationship that's already been solidified over 10 years is a bit challenging for her, especially, to really believe that the changes are there. And the other half is that she's the horse that I can just get things done with. And sometimes I find myself switching over to get it done mode. So often, today is a great example of that. I really want to get it done. I have limited time and I want to just go out there. I want to put this halter on her. I want to take her for a ride, get some physical exercise and call it a day. But what I really need to do is pay more attention to her like I would with any of the horses that I'm training, finding a balance between making that process as good as it can be for her. And also, like, she has a job. And I believe that horses thrive when they really do have good, engaging work that's done in a way that honors them. And my intention is to give her some choice on coming with me, but at the same time, balancing that with, we do have things to get done. And I have a hypothesis that because the storm is coming and she is a pretty high level herd leader, so she's the one in charge of the horses. So we've got her herd mate, Wyoming, who is not a very confident horse and hates it when her leader leaves. And then we have Honor, who's new here. He's not in their exact area. They share a fence line, but he also gets really sad when she leaves. I think the two Mustangs worry they may die without their leader. And then she seems to be a little concerned about leaving them behind. She's pretty independent. What I see is because she's a herd leader, she has that responsibility that kind of weighs on her. And I have other reasons to think that to be the case from other professionals who we've worked with that have noticed that about this horse. So we're going to see how it goes. Thanks for joining me today. And a glimpse we don't often get of Khaleesi because she's not in so many of the training videos. Hi, girl. Thanks for acknowledging me. I'm coming to see you. Can you say hello? Nice. She'll give me a little nose tap and you'll see she starts to walk away, not really wanting to come with me. And here we go. So the first thing I do is I just stay with her so that she realizes I am going to persist in this conversation, but I'd like her to be part of it. I also found when I stopped just throwing the halter on her and taking her away, she stopped feeling like she had to go as far to evade me. And so now sometimes I just reach out and give her a pet. You'll notice that she's more comfortable with me being on what I would call the offside. And I let her sniff that halter, so I'm not trying to trick her, hide the halter behind my back. She does not want to go with me. Again, I do think she doesn't like to have to leave the herd. But I'm not going to just go away. I know. Hey, let's go have a little adventure and then come back. These guys are going to be safe here without you. I just kind of stay with her. Good. Now she nosed out toward the halter. I'm going to go ahead and try to put it above her head. I know it's hard to see behind that tree. But that was pretty good. She went ahead and offered to put her head in there. The next step is I'm going to try to not just pull her out of here, but I'm going to be patient with her and ask and invite if she would consider coming with me. So I'm waiting on her to make that choice. Here comes Wyoming, who she'll push off. So she's looking at me with her ears back, and I'm just going to give her a moment. So even though she allows me to put the halter on her, Wyoming has her ears back too. She does not like it when I take her friend away. It's okay. You don't need to be involved in this. You can't stop me. Continuing to invite her. Will you come with me? There you go. A few steps. So what I've noticed is if I do this process and I just have a little patience with her, that what happens is it's like a rubber band just starts to kind of come loose a little bit. So she's really magnetized here. And if I'm patient and just ask her a few steps at a time, she starts to kind of get loose, if that makes any sense. And she'll start to come with me in a more willing manner, which is what I want to see. Good job, girl. And now I feel like she's coming with me more willingly. I'm going to ride from a trailhead that's about 5 minutes drive from here. So the first thing I'm going to do is just tack her up in place. If I have a longer trailer drive, I don't normally travel her tacked up, but because it's so close, it's easier. And I want her involved in this process so you can see she's distracted. So the first thing I'm just going to do is start with the back up, which just asks them to think, and then forward, and then back up. I'm kind of asking her to do this little dance with me because at some point, she's getting a little more focused, seeing I'd like her to be present and involved. Yeah, it's a camera. I see that. Back up. And I'm looking for her to also give in her head a little, because that usually means that she's starting to not be so distracted around. See, when her head goes up, that tells me her mind has gone up and out. And so before I even tack her up, this is my way of asking her to stay present with me, because our entire day will look different if she stays with me from the beginning. This is better. Little distracted, but my question is, are you available? Can I bring you back? Thank you. That's pretty nice. Thank you. And this horse has gotten to live a fair amount of her life before I understood any different to being distracted mentally and present only physically. And so I've been asking more from her of being present also mentally, because I know it's going to help us to work together better. So nope. And this is not just a training to stay still. Her body is only doing what her mind is doing. And so when she's moving around, her mind's not settled. Yeah, I'd like your mind settled. So I'm just going to ask her to come back, get your mind settled, brush a couple of those pieces of hay off. This is always an opportunity. So really, I am limited on time today, and I would love to just go ahead and throw a saddle on her. I'm going to just straighten her out here where I want her. Yeah. I'd love to just throw a saddle on her, throw her on the trailer, and get some exercise. But I know long term that is not what's best for us. And I let her mind wander in order to have an opportunity to ask her to bring it back. And then she has to bring it back. I know she doesn't like that I'm asking that. She would rather be able to put her mind where she wants. But we need to work together today. We do. And I need you present with me. We have an important job. Hey. Yeah. Yes. That's better. I see her licking and chewing, and her ears are moving a little bit now. She's still not all here. Hey. Stay here. This is a lot of years of functioning with a horse that does really well. Like, people would, I think, say that she's a pretty good, safe, compliant, obedient horse. I mean, we all have our times that we don't fit that perfectly. But I think part of the problem is, in some ways, is this horse has never been a problem horse. And when you have a horse that you can get along with pretty well, those finer details that could really make your partnership amazing, in my case at least, they were overlooked. And it was my Mustang that was truly a problem horse. Hey, come back. So you can see I'm standing here on the other side of the camera with the saddle, and she is thinking what she'd rather be is with her friends in that direction where she is currently looking. But I want her to stay with me in this and be my partner. And instead of forcing her, I mean, you can see not only do I not use cross ties, but I don't even really have a tie here in front of my tack room. I've considered putting one just in case I ever need it in kind of an emergency. I do have places to tie her nearby. Yeah, I know. Stay with me. Good. So I have to keep my eye on her as I'm doing this to just give some attention to where her mind is. And if it's beginning to wander, I see that in the moment. I'm going to keep an eye on it without addressing it immediately. She can consider what's going on in that herd and stay with me. We can work with that. Yeah. Thank you. Nice big breath. I like that. Shaking of her head. Don't go walking off. So her moving, I'm going to correct it and bring her back. Because, yeah, you got to stay here with me. Again, not just in her body, but in her mind. I'm going to grab my things. So her headstall and her breast collar I will put on at the trailhead, but this just saves us from having to actually tack up with the saddle. Now we're gonna walk over towards the trailer. Let's go. Good, I like how she's coming with me. My rope is simply draped over my arm. Once again, I'm gonna hope that she'll come in this trailer a willing participant. All right, now I'm gonna ask her to keep her attention in the trailer. She certainly has done this enough times to know what I'm asking, and her ears are back. Her attention is thinking, not getting on that trailer. And I'm gonna be patient, and I'm gonna invite her with a little feel on that rope first. And if she gives a little, yeah, and even just giving is putting her attention into the trailer a little more. Yeah, that's a pretty big jaw reaction. I think she likes not being forced into doing stuff. And as soon as she puts her attention elsewhere, yes. Hi, honey. I promise this isn't going to be a tough day. We're going to take it easy today and just get a little leg stretch for the storm. And this is what I'm going to correct. If she starts looking out that way, I'm going to actually just give a little feel on that halter. Yes. Good. As long as she's thinking towards the trailer, I'm going to give her some time. Even though this horse is loaded very many times in this trailer. There you go. I don't want to spend too much time with the sniffing the ground or the looking around. Those things are just diversion. And backing up, we're not going to do that either. I'm just going to block that. It's just not available. Hey, there you go. There you go. I know. Go ahead. I'm going to invite and ask her to just get a little more forward thinking on the trailer. And that's pretty nice. I allow her to turn around because we've got the two stalls open. And then I unclip her halter from the lead rope, close the door, and that's not too bad. Obviously, it's not an immediate open the door and throw the horse on, but letting her have that time to think about it is important to me, and I think it helps how our day goes. So, heading off to the trailhead. Here we are at the trailhead. We're at Poor Farm Recreation Area. And we actually had a little concerning moment of a logging truck that came around the corner pretty fast at us. I think it kind of worried her. I felt her moving around in the back. But we're okay. And I don't want her to get used to just jumping off the trailer. So I try to ask her to wait until I have the door fully open. And then she checks in. Check in, honey. First she's looking around. I see. Okay. Okay, now I'll ask her off. Again, these just little moments that I do all the time as I'm working with my horse. And when I say working, I use that term loosely because we're always, to some extent, working. Anytime I'm in her presence, we're doing something together, and it's either going to help us get better, connected, or less connected. Hey, thank you. So the first thing I'm going to do is drop my stirrups to the right hole. 5. I'm going to bring this up one notch. Thank you. Hey, it's okay to look around. We've been here before. You can kind of see. Yeah, but I want you also present. Always present. Checking back in. Yeah, thank you. Now she's licking and chewing and drops her head a little. Those are the signs that I like. That she's more present. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. pull this up one. Next, I'm going to add my breast collar. And this time I'm going to ask her, are you with me? Can you step over? Yeah, so I can get this other clip. Good, thank you. Sometimes it's nice to ask them to participate a little. All right, next, I use a side pole with her almost exclusively now. So I'm gonna put on the side pole and away from home. I'm gonna put that rope around her just in case I needed to reclaim and grab her. Oh, that head went up as soon as I touched the halter. And I'm just gonna stay in this and ask her, hey, can you give to me a little? That's better, thank you. And we'll drop this. You're such a good girl. I'll go ahead and put this on. I try to pay attention not to bump her eyes too much. Good girl. Tighten this on. And we should be pretty good to go. We're in a pretty desolated area, so I just kind of leave my gear right here for when we come back. And I usually just use the trailer to go ahead and hop on. It's a little easier. So I'm going to ask her to come over here and help me out. Can you help me out? This way? Good. Thank you. Good girl. Step a little forward. Thank you. Good girl. I'll go ahead and climb on. Oh, just like an endurance horse, huh? Running off. Now, I don't really want her to get used to every time I climb on running off, even though it seems to be a habit we've developed. So I'm going to just ask her to come back over here where we were, basically, and just wait. Where's your mind? Let's center you up first. Yeah, thank you. Good job. All right, now we go. All right, let's head out. We only have about an hour, so my guess is we'll be lucky to get 4 to 6 miles in, but still, we have a good hill climb up here. The footing's fine, and we'll have an opportunity to do all the different gaits between walk, trot, and canter a little, and that should be just a good getting our legs stretched before a long winter storm keeps us grounded for a little while. We just went through the pipe gate and it now starts the real climb. And this is a great workout, even if we don't have a lot of time, which is what we need here and there, even if it's a short day. All right, let's go. Yeah. Good girl. Okay. Let's turn around and head on back. Yeah. Good girl. Good job today. Ready? Almost back to the trailer. You can walk. All right. Nice job. Just at an hour, and we are almost at 5 miles. So that's pretty good today. Very pleased. Now we just gotta get home, get untacked, and get to my meeting. Nice job, Mare. we're back from our ride. Now it's just time to release the beast and finish up. Remember, wait for me. Wait. Okay. Thank you. All right. Good girl. Let's get this saddle off you. Come on, girl. All right, let's take you back in with your friends. You did a good job today. Run through. Good job today. Hi, Wyoming, we're back. Were you a good babysitter? Thank you for a good job. Yeah. All right, off we go to the rest of the day. Hey, I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah. Good job. You want to say hi too? You get a turn next. Well, there you go. That's an idea of how I go from field to ride to back, and what I try to do to keep my horse connected to me each step of the way. I hope you enjoyed watching us. And now that my Mustang's had a good roll in the dirt, she's coughing up that dust. Oh, you too. Have a great rest of the day.